don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hello there. Bhool Bhulaiyaa 2. Okay, maybe I would have liked... No, I don't think I would have enjoyed this movie because if I hadn't seen the first one. I don't think I would, because first of all, they had twin sisters. One of them becomes evil. So I've already seen one movie from India where they had twin sisters. One of them becomes evil, and of course, the one who ends up living her life is, spoiler alert, the evil one. So you kind of already see it coming, the whole story. Okay, the main character, the replacing of Akshay Kumar's character. I mean, it's a different story, but it's the same exact story, the way they go about it. Instead of, like, Akshay Kumar played the fool, but he was smart. He was smart and played the fool. Here, he's a fool, like a complete fool, yet he's just lucky. He's completely lucky. Everything he does, there's no intelligence behind it. It just falls into luck. The relationship he has with Reet, it just seems forced because they spend so much time when he starts pretending like he's talking to spirits, showing him becoming popular and the other priest becoming nobody, that there is no time for their relationship to develop. So it's like literally forced. Like we're gonna talk to each other, and we're just gonna talk in lies, and it just feels a little forced because they're like, "Oh, I really, really hate you," and then they kiss, and I'm like, it didn't feel like it was deserved. They had spent like no time together on set. They were just on screen. It was just. It was primarily him, all about him. And now, because I was wondering, just like because I kept comparing it to the first one. It's like in the first one, we didn't have Akshay Kumar pop up till halfway through, and when he showed up, he was completely a complete fool with moments of genius. So it was a contradictory character, and I loved it. This guy's just a fool. I guess they thought they couldn't go that genius route, because I was thinking, they're going to disappoint me in the end, going like everything here is a part of his plan. He planned it from start to finish. He knew everything. I'm glad they didn't go that route, because I would have been completely pissed. But yeah, the fact that it's very obvious what's going on, just because I've seen enough movies like this, just like, yep, they're twins. Of course, they have twins. One of them's evil. What's going to happen? The comedy seemed a little forced at times, and there were parts where I literally saw him reenacting the scenes from that Akshay Kumar had done, where he's literally, like, there was one part where he's toying, like he's been tormenting this one woman, and then he does that same trying to chase her down type of motion, and it just all I could see was Akshay Kumar teasing that one poor woman, and it's just. I got a laugh out of that, not so much the fact that this actor was doing it to the priest's wife, because it didn't really seem to hold any weight. Yeah, that's the problem, is I'm comparing it to the first one. If standalone, maybe, just maybe, a little too predictable for sure, of course. It's a horror movie, they're very, well, it's not really horror, it's supposed to be comedic, but it didn't really make me laugh. There were a few parts which was just like, okay. But in the end, it just didn't do it for me. I mean, it's a fun movie, I'm not gonna lie. I did enjoy it. But not for, only because the music, like when it starts out, that music they have, it reminded me of it reminded me of the better version. Everything reminded me of the first one. So it was basically nostalgia bait at that point. However, for my first time watching the first one was literally like 2 months ago, probably. So I'm watching it, I'm like, okay, that's still fresh. That's still fresh. That's still fresh. And it was done better the first time. So for people who hadn't watched the first one in years, and then they watch this, they'd probably enjoy it more. Honestly, they might. Not enjoy it more than the first one, but they'd enjoy it more than I enjoyed it, because I had just seen the first one. And the comedy behind it all, the fact that it's more of a psychosis instead of a real ghost, I enjoyed that aspect. It was more of a brain teaser than this overly cliched, overly done twin trope. If It's not too hard to say, and not too hurtful to say. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say before I get too into complaining about this movie, like I've already been doing. I enjoyed it. Okay, okay, it was passable. I watched it. I didn't feel like turning it off. That's normally the kicker for me, where I feel like turning it off, and that's when I know it's an absolutely bad movie. So it is entertaining. It does keep its pacing. It does have a story, but yeah. Thank you all for watching. Talk to you next time. Doodles.